It is a hot day in August. We made it. What's coming next for Miss Kate Middleton? We have a lot to talk about, stars. Number one, there is a beautiful article in Tatler talking about the fact that she and William are so overburdened by their heavy, heavy work life and their stresses that they are getting away. Yes, more getting away from it all with the children. The question is, are they vacationing separately or together? Number two, Princess Royal Anne is the only royal who has actually taken herself over to the Olympics in Paris to support the UK team. The only one. You see royals from all around the world, from Greece, from Luxembourg, all kinds of royals showing up, showing out, supporting their teams. But yet, poor elderly Princess Anne is the only one, the only working royal, the only other kind of royal. She's the only one that made it so far. Are Kate and William, or either one of them, going to show up and do something for the UK people, from whom they get millions of pounds of tax dollars or pounds, millions of pounds of tax money, yes, every year? It's high time that the British royals step up to the plate, not only to get that money, but to do good work for the people. Team UK, I'm not sure if they've meddled. I've heard a lot more about Mr. Pew Pew from Turkey, and certainly tons of American competitors. But if you happen to know what all and who all is going to be doing it at the Olympics on behalf of the British royal family, please let me know. The fit, well, it's a new one, friends. My neighbor gifted me with this beautiful, very bright orange crop top. Now, I'm contemplating whether I should wear it to work tonight at 8:30. It's by a brand called Mags and Pie. And can you believe it? It costs $108 retail. It's a tank top. It has a little bit of ruching in the back, but is that the part that makes it $108? Well, I'm very glad that, and is this American dollars? Please let me know. Mags and Pie, it's beautiful. But, you know, it's been a while since I've actually sought to pay $100+ for, I wouldn't even call it a tank top. I would call it a bralette. This is the Revolution Pro Blur Stick. There's a whole conversation going on right now about underconsumption and using up your stash. So that is what we are here to do. Not that I did not stop into the Dollar Tree and get this adorable little hand mirror. But, you know, higher temperatures. This is a product that's it's a little bit hard to apply. But if you're warm, if you're dewy, it promises to deliver universal face primer. I guess it's just a primer. It doesn't say it is actually called Blur Stick. So let's see if it does what it says. But, you know, Makeup Revolution London, isn't that the name? They have a lot of really exciting products and a lot of exciting dupes happening. Spanish, un poquito. Yo entiendo español, pero if I don't watch telenovelas, my Spanish suffers. Would you pay, va a pagar $108 para camisa? Hot, really? It must be the hair, because I don't really have makeup on yet. Hi, Noel Amaya. Hi, Ezekiel. Where are you, I guess, watching my live from? Do you have an opinion about whether or not Kate Middleton will go to the Olympics? Hey, girl, what's your thoughts on saying that? Once you're white, always stays. Hey, you know, I would not disrespect my white brothers by claiming that, because, you know, from my field research, it seems to be a bit of a myth to say that all brothers are packing and that all non-brothers aren't, because there's definitely, whether they're from France or from Germany, there are some, shall we say, out there in the world, and it's kind of surprising. It doesn't seem to be discussed outside of like corn, but you know, if you do your proper research, especially in men that are over 6 feet, you will not be missing out. I'll say that. Single, yes. Let's see, what is this? Haha, shrug, shrimp. I'm not sure what that means, but I did enjoy some really delicious coconut shrimp at work last week. 5.5 inches enough for black women? Yes, especially if you're talking about your wallet, right? And the height of stacks inside your wallet. I think that 5.5 is great for all women. But, you know, again, if you are someone who is less blessed, then, you know, there are all kinds of ways to create happiness in your partner. It doesn't have to be about the meat, it has to be about the motion, right? And it doesn't have to be about just using that, right? You know, the Lord has given you one of these and one of these and, you know, one of these. So I think that if you're creative and expressive, that, you know, people who are 5'2" or below can bring a lot of joy, and especially if they're providers. These shorts is from England. Well, well, well. Welcome, English friend. 5 inches. Well, but again, I'm sure your hands are bigger than 5 inches. And that is, you know, you're double blessed. Oh boy. Who's Michael Marks? What are you saying? What are you responding to? We are swingers, kinda. We haven't done it properly yet. You mean in England you're swingers? Well, can I ask a question? What is going on at Eton that Kate Middleton is so upset at the prospect of Prince George going there? What we hear and what we see in the press is that some of their hazing practices and some of their, you know, there's some stuff going on that's not chaste, I'll put it like that. These shorts, are you in London or are you in one of the smaller towns? Are you excited about Invictus Games coming to, what is that part of the, is it Manchester? Where is Invictus Games coming to? You're in a smaller town. Are you in one of the shires? But this blurring stick from Revolution Pro really does seem to have blurred. I really didn't believe it. You know, hazing, like when you join a fraternity or you get into a school, often military schools have a process by which they have, you know, senior students and even teachers put you through stuff. Manchester, right, Manchester. Are you excited? Are you going? You're from the north. The North remembers. Are you a pro-royal person or are you a, what do you call it, Republican? And did you vote for this current prime minister? They say that King Charles has invited this prime minister up to Balmoral. Do you think that, it's not weird. I mean, I'm in Hollywood, so it's not weird and it's definitely not uncommon. I think you just need to be very careful to find people who share your taste. Let's call it taste, you know, although there's other words for that. You know, you're not, you know, if you just look on internet search, you'll see very quickly that you're not alone. I understand. Well, I mean, I would say if you're concerned, definitely, you know, use your health insurance or, you know, I guess the National Health Service to just get some therapy or, you know, do some reading about it. Because sometimes they do say that people who are abused or mistreated, they internalize the abuse and then they try to do it to other people, right? Think about the way that a Prince William might have been traumatized by his own parents' infidelity, right? That part of empowerment can become expressed by taking that on, right? Just as you were saying. Bigger guy, not very well endowed. But I think you have to think about people who are LGBT, right? Who may be even transgender, and that they are not shy about using, shall we say, for purchase equipment that you might be able to buy from an Adam and Eve, if you get my meaning, to augment their activities. And there is a big marketplace for all that stuff. And sometimes it's not about, again, size. It's about, if you have a taste for something gigantic and you don't happen to have one, let your fingers and your debit card do the walking. Get what you want. Get the color you want. Get the style you want. Sometimes they have ones that are actually even molded from the bodies of some of your favorite, shall we say, adult performers. Okay, well, that's not hard to pull off. I definitely know people, here in Los Angeles who, they swear that's how the real business of Hollywood happens. You'd be very much at home here. As long as everything is consensual, you will be in a lot of company. I'm gonna put it like that. There's actually, very public memberships that people have in private clubs. Events happen every week. Once you're on the list, go to those things. You are not going to have trouble at all finding, or even if you're nervous at the beginning, just watch, right? Just watch it, see when you're ready to participate in something like that. And as long as everyone's taking care of their health, well, there's definitely a well-known marketplace for that, right? Not everyone is into what they call race play, right? Some people are more conservative, but I think you speak to a very powerful thing. Like, sometimes the thing that's most attractive to people is the thing that's most forbidden, right? And it may even help you to evolve past your desire to just get it, right? You're craving vanilla ice cream and you're on a diet, or chocolate in your case. When you get it and you get a lot of it, she wants to do it. Nervous. Yeah, if you're nervous, don't do anything that makes you nervous, right? Don't think that any partner is more important. Show your tongue unknownly. Well, you can see it when I talk. What? We're doing makeup and talking about the royal family. Here is a concealer from the dollar store. It's the shade Nude from LA Colors. Blendable concealer. My perfect shade is Natural, but this is Nude. And it seems like Harshith To-Do is interested in things that are naughty. And we're just trying to do our makeup. I hope my lighting setup is enough for this. What do you in a red sleeping bag? I don't know. Kit Kat. Har, har, har. Yeah, what's going on with you, Saki? Are you at work? Or are you, home getting a special check? I should like to know. But this particular concealer doesn't seem to do a lot for me. I got really lucky today, y'all. I don't have to be at work until 8:30. And to me, that says it's going to be a short day. So I felt like I should come on here and do some makeup, right? And just do some, see if I can do something about this face. I may end up washing it off and doing my makeup again before I go to work, depending on if I get on my spin bike. You short 5'5"? No, not at all. Not all black women are tall, and not all black women are thick. I think you just have to keep, the size of your body parts in line with the kind of physicality of the partner that you desire, whether that's a man or something else, right? You cannot assume that shorter men are not well endowed. You can't assume that taller men are. And you can't assume what women will like. I mean, if you know anything about anatomy, then you would know that, you know, women's anatomy grows to embrace that of her partner. I'll put it like that. But do you see this concealer doesn't do much. Let me try to put too much of it on to see if it'll, I feel like our blurring stick, it's a primer. It was a little bit grippy, but I feel like this concealer is weak. All black women have evolved to a common, no, not at all, because some black women are tall, right? You're watching the Olympics, you see the majority of the women basketball players are black and they're tall, but that doesn't mean that all black women are tall or thick or anything like that. There's, you know, tall, thin women who are black, like Naomi Campbell. There's short, thin black women, like a lot of, you know, actresses and rappers, right? Not every man or culture is tall. Not every woman who is of African descent is short. You probably need to travel more. Stay off those dating apps. You'll be led astray. You don't want to get in trouble, you know. But, you know, do your research. If you have something that you like, find places that you can explore it better than, you know, on YouTube. Not true, because all black men are not that, right? You think about marketing and PR, and certainly, you know, someone has wanted people who are black and who are not to believe that about black men's bodies. I'm not saying it doesn't exist. I am confirming that it's not at all of them or every one of them. It just really is not. You know, I had gotten back into this creme shop. It's a Korean brand, dark brown liner, right? Dark brown, waterproof, it says. I thought, ooh, this will be great for the waterline, but disappointment, it got so dry it cracked. Went on the internet and they told me that the thing to do to fix it is eye drops. And I thought, oh, maybe saline, but no, eye drops. Did I miss any? But yeah, feel free to send gifts or subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate it, but I definitely appreciate you watching. I guess this $108 tank top is a hit. Who'd have thought? It's orange like my hair, against my will. You know, I've been looking at a lot of information about toning of hair. Some people are suggesting purple shampoos or a gloss. But yeah, some eye drops. Although in the eye drops world, some people have been suggesting that there could be some contaminants and danger in the eye drop world. Wow, this stuff is safety sealed, but let's not go crazy. We'll start with a couple of drops and see what that does. Just trying to re-moisten our, oh, it just sits there on top. Trying to re-moisten our eyeliner. And, you know, I did watch, what is her name? Brooke Shields was talking about how in the, I guess the 80s, they would put eye drops in their eyes when they would do their makeup. And they'd put the drops in their eyes and then they'd close one nostril to sniff the eye drops into their, I guess their nasal canal. It seemed pretty far out, but I was very happy to get this eye drops at the Dollar Tree. So, you know, I went into the grocery store thinking, oh, I'll just grab some eye drops. No go, baby. It was $14. And I'm not even talking about Whole Foods. It wasn't the fancy grocery store. It was the regular grocery store. So I'm shaking this around. It's really not penetrating, but maybe I need to just seal it up and give it a day or so. eye drops. We gonna see if it works. But we got our concealer on. We're concealed. I'm all alone online. Oh, well, Harshith to-do, I'm right here with you. I'm doing my makeup, you know, trying to get ready. I should probably go to work early because I have to go all the way down to South LA to work on, it's some kind of like cop show, right? I want to make sure that I'm there on time, and, you know, I'm gonna have to wear hot girl clothes, right? I hope I can keep my hair done like this so that I don't have to have it down getting tangled. I mean, if it's not like higher pay, I don't want to go through things. I don't want my hair to tangle. I don't want to be uncomfortable at all. I just want to, you know, I just want to chill, right? Went up in the Dollar Tree, got a couple of items. Look at this. $1.25 Spiral Out. Harsh to do, I hope you're still here with us. You know, don't feel like you're alone. It's a twist comb and a metal tip rat tail comb. I did part my hair with a different comb, but what I'm interested in, right? You get a little rat tail comb for $1.25, but it doesn't stop there. No, you get a little comb like this, and it says it's a twist comb set designed for natural hair textures of all lengths. First line, high quality, innovative hair care accessories. It's Black women owned. That's awesome. So I got 2 items for $1.25, so that makes it basically like 62.5 cents. And just for this little piece of hair that's gotten away from me. But yes, Harshith to do, I'm replying to you. So I hope by joining my live, look, flat top from Dick Tracy. It's a tiny little comb. I don't know what this comb means in terms of twist outs, but there it is. I'm very pleased. I think this was a very worthy purchase from the Dollar Tree. Now, Dollar General is something different. And, you know, we've been getting into some different products, right? If we're not satisfied that we've gotten all of the power and strength we need from our concealer, we have this LA Colors Conceal and Correct in yellow. Let's see if we can do something about what appears to still be shadow on our face, right? Are we being too critical of the nude concealer? Will this be enough to turn up the volume on the conceal? Let's see. I hope you can still see me. Lighting has been augmented, but I didn't want to go like too crazy and kind of do too much, but I wanted to do enough, right? They say put it right under the shadow part. And also let your concealers and your color correctors dry down. I do see a lot of people using peach and orange and even red online. I don't know that I am in the market for orange or red. I feel like it'll overwhelm my coloring, but any excess we can certainly use to brighten and sculpt the jawline. Right? I found that I prefer a higher up blush and contour. I don't have a lot of face real estate to, you know, put product all over. And I did also see that Gigi Hadid contours here, right? Those of us with round cheeks can get a little bit, you know, we can just feel a little bit heavy in the cheek, and I never knew what to do because people highlight their smile lines, and I didn't know if that was for me or not. I'm gonna use this to prime the lid and just drag it around and use it all up, right? Waste not, want not. Yes, Harshith to do, I don't know that much English. You're doing fine. I can understand, but I don't speak that good. You do, actually. You don't have any mistakes, believe me. You're even using good shorthand, so you're fine. And I think that, watching me do my makeup and talk about Kate Middleton and KATE-XIT, right? Do you think they're going to get divorced? Do you think the marriage is going to last? Do you think this is détente, where they've just agreed to live separate lives and come together for the public image, right? Is that what you think is going on? Put a 1 in the chat if you think it's a divorce. If all this drama from the beginning of the year, from Christmas time, in fact, is ultimately about a divorce, because it has certainly been very dramatic. Now, this is also from the dollar store. This is a brand, LA Colors, that they carry at the Japanese dollar store. So that means it's fancy. But it's Too Cheeky bronzer, right? Will it go with this top? Let's see. But I'm shocked about this top. It has buildable color. The shade name is Bronzed Babe, and I hope to be one. How could it not be about divorce? How could it not be the number of solo engagements, the number of articles published pointing the finger at Kate, saying that she was a chaos bringer and all this? Those articles wouldn't get published. It's a matte bronzer. Ooh, love that. How warm or cool will it be? Well, let's get down to business, stars, and let's see. Look at that. Looks like milk chocolate, right? Right. But yeah, have no fear. The best thing that you can do if you're curious about other, races of people, men or women, if you're curious about, anything, is, get into the real world and explore, right? People are people. They're probably just as curious about you and how you're built, right? Sharing is caring. Well, that didn't do too bad. It seems to kind of skew a little bit orange. It does look bronzy. And let's, avoid dragging it everywhere. Let's be very strategic about how we use it. But yeah, no, your English is perfect. I definitely appreciate you showing up for my live, because sometimes it's just me. We have a little bit left. Let's get it in all the bronze places on the forehead. But what a gift, right? I did get an email that I need to respond to, but I figured, you know what? I got this mirror, I got this makeup. Let me just get busy. Let me really get in here and test out these products, put them on my face well in advance of having to be, at work, so that I can see what I'm doing. I don't think I'm the worst at makeup. I've certainly been at it for a little while, since these times. I'm going to type something. If you're not comfortable, please don't abuse you. Well, I hope what you're going to type is sending me money or subscribing to my channel. That would be very welcome. I hope that's what it is. Is it? You're going to type something. Is it a song? Have you written a song about me? What could you be typing? Wow. Do be aware there's, I think there's moderation that you might get yourself in trouble if it's too naughty, but, let's see what you're going to do. I don't see anything yet. But yeah, I hope you're going to write what your opinion is of whether or not Kate Middleton is getting a divorce from her husband. Well, that's what I want to know about. That's the topic of our live. Now, this color has built up pretty strong. It does look a little bit more like bronze than blush. We can get some of it on our jaw, right? And with a soft silicone sponge, we can keep tapping it in. Tapping it in and seeing if we need more. We certainly have more product on our little glass palette, right? Little by little. I wonder where you're typing from, because there definitely seems to be a delay in your comments coming through. Maybe that's the moderation process to protect me when the world and people who comment are too harsh, right? Whether that's derangers coming to defend the sanctity of Kate Middleton's marriage, or royalists who are in love with giving their tax money to billionaires. I can't be sure. I am but one woman, one poster here on this platform, which I enjoy. I enjoy posting on this platform. It's great to have time to do it before I have to get on the road and get to work. You know, made sure I had gas, made sure in these days and times, the number of people who are posting about randos knocking on their doors in the middle of the night, telling people that, that their car lights are on, trying to get them to open the door and run to the car to turn the lights off. It seems like a scam, and it's usually a woman. And then if you look at the ring camera footage, there's usually a man standing in the shadows nearby. So scary, right? Nobody wants to be part of something like that. No, sir, right? So we have bronzed up a storm, right? We concealed previously. We're just seeing how this builds. We're seeing how far it goes, what the tone looks like. I'm still checking on Harshith to see what's going on. But, in that Asian makeup style, right? Just using these colors that are not too far off from what your actual skin tone is to shrink the face. I was watching a transgender makeup guru on a different platform, and she is always, I don't know her pronouns. Is it just she? I'm not sure, but let's say she. She was saying that, does this very full cheek, which I don't necessarily think is the most flattering all the way across the face, but I definitely think if she contoured the sides of her face, it would look more flattering. So we have two tones of this. We have deep. Ooh, what is this? Hot sauce? And universal. Let's go for deep. I did get hot sauce all over my contour. Tapatio is in the house. I don't see your comment. I wonder if your comment got moderated away because it was naughty. Did you say something about Kate Middleton? Should we go directly onto the face, or should we use some sort of brush, right? Our little brush is falling apart, but maybe we can get into a different brush. This is contour setting. Maybe we can use this, which is a Jaclyn Hill Morphe brush. I swear it's clean. You're gonna type something that's gonna make me uncomfortable. Well, I'm ready. I'm waiting. I'm ready and I'm waiting. I don't see anything. Little contour, right? Brush your contour up. It's so funny. People never talk about, oh, your contour should encircle your cheekbone. It's one of those things, given my face shape, that you kind of have to figure out on your own, because people aren't really going to tell you that, right? That you're watching tutorials by people who don't necessarily look like you, who aren't necessarily your complexion, and you're kind of trusting that they are delivering information the way that you need it, and that's not necessarily true. And that's part of how I got into starting to do this myself. But yeah, it's 4. We have to be at work at 8:30, right? Contour map, and then blend up. So all sorts of information about like primers and colors and blending things, and even the whole conversation about whether your makeup should actually be your color or not. There's so many like cults of different information, right? You're going to get like 10 different answers and you have to form an opinion. There's a lot of people who like to make their temples dark, and I don't believe in that. Do you? I certainly don't. But one of the things that drives me onto this platform is I want to shoot this. And I have figured out it's not even worth going live if you don't have good Wi-Fi. I've done it. Sometimes it's worked out, but sometimes it's been a disastrous waste of time because the live doesn't even get saved, or if it gets saved, it's choppy. And that doesn't help me. I have not seen a new comment from HouseofTanya. I wonder if he's at work or he got in trouble for what he was going to write. I certainly wonder. That gives us more time to shrink our face down with contour. I'm comfortable with my messages. If you said no, I will leave it right now. I don't see any comment from you. But you know what I would appreciate, though? A cash donation would be amazing. That would help me endure the pain of whatever abuse you're going to type. It would help prepare me mentally from whatever it is that you're trying to say. Sir, we can use the same brush to contour our nose. But yeah, don't you have an opinion about Kate Middleton? Don't you want to let us know your thoughts about her and her situation and her marriage? That is the topic of the live. Kate Middleton, is she going to stay married or is she getting the FO? She moving on, right? What do you think happened at holiday time? Was it simply a matter of, abdominal surgery? It's a very nicely precise brush, right? For making a nice thin contour line, right? So often we get seduced into making contour that's big and thick and then looks very harsh. But we can make lines that are super precise, that do exactly what we want in the direction that we want. And this blurring primer stick actually helps my nose contour sit very nicely. Like it's staying where I put it and it's not sliding all over the place, where I've gotten really used to that happening. So many mysteries. This is not the coolest tone of contour, but it's better than nothing, right? Shadowing that jawline, trying to lift and sculpt the cheekbone. But I definitely invite you to watch me on other platforms, on the Clock app in particular. But, we're really watching and waiting for whatever is going to happen with Kate and William because, there's just a lot of false notes. They used to do all their events together with all 3 children. And lately we've gotten used to seeing them separately or not at all, right? Separately at the soccer game. I don't even understand how you are allowed to take some of your children. I can see if maybe one child doesn't like soccer. I can see if, one child doesn't like Taylor Swift, but for you to kind of make a habit of picking and choosing to not bring all 3 kids, I think it would be, setting up a dynamic of differential treatment. And maybe that's what they like to do inside the British royal family. I don't think it's very nice. You have all the money, all the resources, all the nannies, and you got to sit there and do that to your own children. Why? Am I married? I'm not married. Are you proposing to me? Are you going to send me a gift? What is it? A nice piece of jewelry? Is that what you're proposing to do? Harsheth to do? Let me know. But you haven't even spent time getting to know me. But if you know for a fact right now, upon first meeting me, that I'm the one for you, well, there's a lot that you can do to put the pieces of the puzzle together. This is a very inexpensive Rosas Jóvenes by Elite Pro Beauty. This is one of the beauty products that used to be sold at the 99-cent store, which now has closed down. I think this color is too pale. It's definitely making me look too pale. But let's switch to a different color, which is a brown. This is actually, I think, is it lip liner or is it eyeliner? I'm not sure. The packaging is the same. What should you do? Well, number one, you can subscribe to my channel, right? And become a member. That way, whenever I go live, you'll be alerted. And then number two, you certainly are able, to tip me in my live. And that'll let me know if you like my outfit, if you like my makeup. I don't know if this is lip liner or eyeliner or brow liner, but it actually has good color payoff. It's overlining in the center. And making a straight line on top. That gives you the lip flip that HouseofTanya favors. But yeah, we got a bunch of different lipsticks from the dollar store. And they're all kind of like in the nude range. So they're all, pretty decent for going to work in. I really thought that Perfectionist was my favorite. But then yesterday I tried Main Squeeze, and HouseofTanya is trying to become my main squeeze. It looks like this in the bullet, but let's see what it looks like in combination with this lip liner. It's a little bit more coral and not as kind of pale. It's got a satin finish and it cost $1.25. Oh, bless your heart. I really appreciate it. That's very kind of you. Our lipstick is looking a little goofy. This is Main Squeeze. HouseofTanya, you are a champion, right? Lip line is a bit harsh, but that's how they tell you to do it. I don't know. I mean, that's what they say to do. And I do it, and I never know how to feel about it. What makeup can we go in with? Let's say Revlon, Photo Ready. I remember when I bought this foundation, and when I'm feeling like I just need some, Eversource is the big one for what? Let's get that onto our palette. Eversource is the big one for what? Oh, monsters. For monsters? That's interesting. Let's sheer out this foundation and then let's tap it over the places that are looking a little crazy. But we did highlight, we did color correct with yellow, right? We did contour. That looks better already. But you end up with some color differentials on your face. You want that for structure, but you don't want to definitely walk around with harsh lines on your face because, again, you're prepping for work. Even if you're going to do, some sort of club event at work, you don't want to look like you don't know how to do your makeup. You just want to blend harsh edges. You want to have enough lip color that you want it to look good. You don't want it to look suspicious. But it is a relief to not have to do, a law enforcement non-face. I do believe my complexion is more olive than I thought it was. Eversource is the big one for what? For monsters? Game over? What are you talking about? But yeah, your friend Kate Middleton, I don't know. Something seems to be shifting. One of the issues is that her son is going to end up at a single-sex boarding school institution that was not her first choice. And the ability to choose what school for Prince George seemed to be an issue in December 2023 before we lost our ability to see Kate Middleton for 6 to 8 months. Some people are suggesting that she showed up to Trooping of the Color with a new scar on her face, and that this wasn't in line with preventative chemo, and it wasn't in line with the big C as a diagnosis. It was in line with reconstructive work. And if that's the case, then, why put the public through so much, drama if this simply came down to, you know, marital woes that maybe went beyond throwing pillows at each other, which is what has been long discussed in the press as their method of decompressing during disagreements or arguments, right? If it was more than the usual range of disagreement, and if it was inspired by Prince George's schooling, then I think that is very significant, because things got way out of control and in a way that made things very unpredictable for the majority of the year so far, right? We only just started seeing Kate Middleton again, and it's concerning, right? Here is a setting spray. I think it has different setting sprays in it that I was trying to finish one that didn't spray. No more. It's a bit wet, this applicator. Some applicators, this also, Smoke and Mirrors was available at the old 99-cent store. And they say, once you apply your setting spray, use your sponge. This is a silicone sponge that has seen better days. But now our friend Harshith Tudu says that he has subscribed to our channel. If he made a donation of just $4, I could get a new sponge. Will he do it? Does he think of me enough to make such a donation? Does he think enough of my makeup practice that he will support me in that specific way? We gon' see. Do we look better? This foundation is a surprising, consistent winner. I never grab it when I'm on my way out the door. It feels like it's a bit warm. If you look at my chest, I'm a little bit more green than golden. And the shade name is Natural Tan, right? We don't necessarily have access to all of the olive foundations that we might want, but that doesn't mean that we can't open our minds to the possibility of foundation colors that are not the traditional ones that are pushed on us. Now, also at the dollar store, we got hold of this LA Colors Nude Glam Highlighter, right? It's a highlighter, not a bronzer. And then the other day, we had gotten into a series of bronzers that were, again, for the dollar store, things that cost $1, I think you're getting good value, right? We don't want to throw away top dollar doing basic things, right? And I have listened when people have said, instead of using shiny bronzers, right, that look more like highlighters, right? This is a highlighter in this pink color, and it's as shimmery as this bronzer and this bronzer. So let's remember the wisdom from our friends who do makeup online, and what they said was that you could use a deeper shade of powder, right? In this case, it is pressed powder. This is chestnut, right? Take out the little plastic condom that comes inside. This color. And then we also have toffee, which is even deeper. Am I going more frankly with you? Are you angry? No, I'm not angry. Just trying to finish my makeup. Not angry at all. I'm very pleased that you're here, right? This is another thing that I could use some financial support for. Look at my favorite blush brush. Oh, it fell apart on me. I gotta glue it back together. But again, just using the edge of this brush, and we're going to go over where we underpainted our contour and bronzer. Just along the cheekbone. And this is the paler shade Chestnut. Just keep an eye on what you're doing and see if it's enough. If it's not enough, you can go deeper. But it gives you a deeper brown that doesn't pull red and it doesn't pull orange, that it will look more credibly like actual bronze and actual tan. And you'll want to kind of have it kiss your hairline and respect the places where you laid down your liquid or cream contour. This may not be, in fact, dark enough. I will send you another day. Today I have to send someone, which is very important. Understood. Well, I'm glad you found me. I'm glad you found my live and that you found the time to converse with me. I appreciate it. I appreciate anyone who shows up and listens to my opinions about the royal family and what they're up to. They're trying to come together in Scotland to have a how can we stop the Sussexes-Summit, if you can imagine. They just need to stop. They need to calm down and focus on doing their own work, not on, trying to shade out the Sussexes. The Sussexes escaped, right? Just like Scooby-Doo. You have to acknowledge when the prey escaped. And it's not good enough to keep dragging them through the mud in the press just because you have the toxic British media in your pocket. You gotta let it go, right? It's just like another love TKO. Just let it go. They gone. You got the ones you got. Maybe they're not the best. Maybe they don't have a work ethic, but you've been knowing that, right? They know. They know who William is. This isn't news. This isn't like, oh, we discovered for the first time that he ain't ish. He don't want to work. Neither does his wife. This is not new. It is not unheard of. This isn't a brand new opinion. This isn't something that people haven't heard before. I am very much liking these deeper powders for setting bronzer and contour. Ooh, what a great tip, right? And to be able to do it for $1 at the Dollar Tree, at the 99-cent store, or whatever the discount stores are in your area, it's a great thing just to figure out what you like, right? At the same time, you can take a trip into the Ulta, into the Sephora, and get your hands on higher end products and see if you like them as well or better. And then it kind of empowers you with knowledge of what products you like. Even just not committing to foundation colors that are too golden for you, that are too harsh for you, that, you kind of have a learning curve for bronzing, for contouring, and you don't have to start at the most expensive place. I watch with interest as people talk about curating their makeup collections. And I think that that's a very mature thing to do when you have enough knowledge. But if you can experiment more cheaply and then get to a place where you know more, by the time that you are trying to make those capsule collection purchases, then I think you'll be in a better, I feel like you'll be in a better position. This is our contouring brush. We're going to go into this deeper shade of powder, right? Do I feel guilty for poaching the powder away from people who are deeper in complexion who might need it as powder? I don't, in the sense that we want to create more demand for deeper shade range, right? Instead of allowing companies to claim wrongly that there isn't demand for such products, you know, we kind of take it to their doorstep that we want these products because they work for all of us, right? The whole idea that your makeup should only be your color, I think, is a very naive attitude, right? I certainly have had to learn. There was one person who was making the case that your foundation should never be your color because you need it to be paler so that then you have an area to go into in order to sculpt, in order to create contour and bronzer shades on your face. Because if you end up with your foundation and your neck matching, you're only going to be able to go darker to bring out dimension. You need your foundation lighter so that your contour and bronzer can actually match your neck. Now, we're not doing that kind of extreme contour, but we store the information in our mind so that we can think about it. You know, just think about it when we're trying to get ready and trying to, you know, invest in hopefully the right product and the right set of brushes and the right set of, you know, and also figuring out what price point works for you. So many people talk about the fact that high end and lower end, not really lower end, but drugstore brands are owned by the same companies as the high end brands, right? So that for you or for me, a L'Oreal might be just perfect because it's enough. It's enough of what I want and need without it going too far. Sometimes I do get my hands on a product that is either from another country. That's how our eye drops are settling into this. Sometimes I get my hands on, you know, just things that I feel are, you know, worth experimenting with, right? Not $80 for a Dior pink blush, but if I can find a Be Pure poppy pink at the dollar store, and it is hard to find, but for, again, $1.25 and not 80 right now, the way that my union dues are set up, I shouldn't be, you know, going crazy and spending a lot of money on frivolous things. Now, in my case, I do use them to make content, but even at the same time, right, I'm sitting here trying to work out, did I contour well enough? Did I start my eyeshadow well enough? What I did not do is powder, but let's get into this blush. And then we have, you know, again, we're trying to hit, ooh, maybe that's too much. Wait, maybe we can put that onto our palette a little bit. Let's take some of it off. We don't want to go completely crazy. You know, but we can experiment and build up color. And see if we get payoff from this product, you know, before we can sort of go, oh, I really love a hot pink blush. I should really invest in the highest end version of that. Like, it was very telling for me to go in store and see, you know, the neutrals palette that every single artist, every single makeup person raves about. To see it in person and be underwhelmed, like I don't like it more than the Jason Wu palette that I have. Underwhelmed, like, ooh, a bluish pink on me may not be the best. But for $1.25, I'd like to learn that lesson for $1.25, not $60 or $80. You know, and then seeing people declutter their hauls is also very instructive. I like this very much. This is the only one of these I could find. And it's a delicious and satisfying product for $1.25. Do I feel like I need the highest end version of it? Not so far. Maybe this isn't the proper lip or, you know, lip liner to have with this, but I'm not mad. But again, LA Colors Nude Glow. Unlike these so-called bronzers, this one is actually meant to be a highlighter. And for the low price, will it be more satisfying than these two bronzers or this very pale highlighter? You know, like I've definitely been paying attention to Meghan Markle's makeup, and there's a lot of like what appears to be Arab women on this platform who are doing their makeup. There are 2 person on your live. That's why I told this kind of. Who is another one? Is that you? What do you mean? I'm not sure what you mean. There's another person on my live. There's only the only people I see are the ones that are in the chat. That is Alana Lang. We seem to have lost Curry's with the hot boy Saki, these shorts. XQL, James Hicks. Oh, I'm sorry, James Hicks. He said, hello, hottie. I did not see that until now. But yeah, no, I appreciate anyone who shows up to my live so I don't feel lonely. And I can try out my makeup before I have to go to work. But it's not too deep, right? It's close to this very icy kind of pink highlighter, right? But just using our same broken angled brush, right? And, you know, taking off some product. But, you know, we're just trying to experiment so we can know. And that's the thing for our work tonight. Part of our notes were that we can't wear highlighter, right? But right now on live, I can wear highlighter, but they're putting their highlighter right here and then dragging it up, right? Right here. That's where Meghan Markle seems to put her highlighter and dragging it up, maybe a little bit on the nose, a little bit on the bridge, maybe Cupid's bow. I think this brown liner looks terrible with this makeup look overall. And maybe we should have used a smaller brush. Now we know. Sometimes people put it on the brow bone and then a little bit above the arch of the brow. I see some people talking about here in the middle of the forehead. I don't know. But, you know, trying to blend some of it away. We're gonna, if we don't go to the gym because there are workmen in the building, sometimes I don't want to like roam around in my gym outfits that are very tight and, you know, just be in the gym, not thinking about who maybe is seeing you, right? We're live with some of the, you know, nifty products that we've gotten hold of, one of which is this Wet n Wild palette. And, you know, Gorilla Snot, which is recommended as something to prime your lashes with in order to do your own sort of tubing mascara, some vegetable glycerin that can be helpful in what's called finishing spray, right? This finishing spray, which is Ione from the dollar store, right? The 99-cent store that doesn't exist anymore. This is very much glycerin. Do we need it right now? I don't know. But got that. People are also saying use After Sun aloe vera moisturizing lotion, that can be a decent primer. Some people are saying use this kind of gadget, which is for French nail tips, right? You put the polish on, but to draw your eyeliner and then stamp it on your eye, if that's something you like doing. It's a festival at the dollar store. I highly recommend it. If you're just looking to relax and let your mind wander, you know, you don't want to spend a lot of money. but you want to try something new, then the dollar store can be for you. It can be a place to, just experiment with all kinds of things. I wish I had the discipline to not have eaten the snacks I got there. Number one, cereal straws. If you've ever gotten those frappuccinos at Starbucks and they have like a straw in it that's like a cookie, oh my goodness. Once I started eating these, I couldn't stop. There were 5 in the package and it was only 230 calories and I ate every single one, right? It's got the wonder of Cocoa Krispies and some chocolate. It doesn't seem to have crazy bad stuff in it, and unlike a lot of products, it doesn't say that there's GMO in it, so I consider that a plus. Another weird choice, our friends Arizona that make that green it's iced green tea, right? And all sorts of different iced tea drinks for 99 cents. They are making green tea fruit snacks, and they do actually have real fruit in them, fat-free, but it is a lot of glucose syrup and sugar. But I enjoyed these. I can't tell you if there was caffeine in it because of the green tea, but the flavors were original apple, mandarin, and plum blueberry. Enjoyed that. Then, rest in peace to one of our members of Migos. Certainly Offset seems to be going through it with his marriage dissolution from Cardi B, but you can get all kinds of affordable snacks when you're in the streets. And I just wanted to talk about ones that I enjoyed that made me feel cool. Let's see. And we should get some powder on our face, right? We had some powder that we've had for a long time. This is one of my oldest makeup products, and you couldn't have was there a shade? This is translucent tawny, CoverGirl True Blend. Doesn't have words on it anymore. I did replace the puff because this is what the old puff was looking like. Is it even worth washing? It seems like it'll fall apart. Where am I from? I am working in Hollywood right now. Harshith to do, can I guess? I'm gonna guess Pakistan. That's my guess, right? I could be wrong, but I don't know. But let's get into this puff, right? Sometimes when you're a little bit sweaty out and about and you're putting on powder, it can kind of hard pan your powder, but just to give yourself a powder in the center of the face and set your concealer, set around the nose, around the mouth. Is this powder too dark for me? I would not have, when I was, using this powder on a regular basis, I don't think I could have guessed that there were more colors of powder than just powder. That's how little I knew about the situation. But, when they said, bring your powder, make sure you have your powder to touch up with, I was at least able to follow and paint by the numbers. I had powder, and this was it. Is it the right color? I couldn't really tell you, but it was certainly on, right? Yes, Hollywood, America. But I don't think you told me where you are. I guessed Pakistan, but I'm not sure. Because you're keeping too many secrets from me. Harshith to do doesn't want me to know where he's from. He keeps asking me so many questions, but he doesn't want me to know much about him. Harshith, you're in it for the long haul, I see. All right, we're using this Color Icon Petalette Wet n Wild palette. We had gotten hold of this at the dollar store, right? Just in that Meghan Markle sense, getting away from the sense of making all of our makeup choices so very dark that you don't have to go dark, right? That you can use the tip of your brush and colors that are not quite as dark as you might think, but are going to give you payoff nonetheless, right? You set down your sculpt with your contour brush from Jaclyn Hill and Morphe, and now you're layering on your powder eyeshadow and trying to be mindful and artful all the while. And even this single shadow could be enough. Some people are using bronzer as their eyeshadow, and I think that works fine. Although I do like the idea of neutrals that are not the same shade that you have on the rest of your face, right? Neutrals. Doesn't have to be warm and it doesn't have to be bronze, especially if you, like me, have some tones in your face that are a little bit not warm. Sometimes I think I must be neutral. Now, this is strange. It's a sparkly purple, but it's the deepest shade in this palette. We're going to try to get it onto our outer corner and use the same brush. So there's less brushes to wash. All right, it's getting to be 5 o'clock. It's getting to be the time where we could start thinking about moseying on to work. And, you know, we're all gassed up. We have our outfit. Our contract is in place where we know what we are supposed to bring. We're not interested in having to shave our legs or be bare-legged for however long work lasts tonight. You know, hoping I can get away with a tight pant and not have to stress too bad. But maybe we'll, you know, instead of shaving our legs, trim so that we don't, you know, break the rules in case we have to be in a short dress. But that is not something we're trying to do. No. But, you know, I feel a feeling of calm. I feel like, you know, I feel very happy that a certain project of mine is going well. And I did not hand over ownership of it to people who wanted to own my project by giving me an hourly job. Like, I was like, what? Where'd they do that at? Nowhere, as far as I'm concerned, right? Like, you don't get to own other people's property if you're, you know, paying them by the hour. That doesn't make sense at all. Here's a Morphe M124 brush. Shout out to all the people who, like me, were, you know, entranced by the whole makeup guru thing on this platform. And I learned a lot. I definitely learned a lot. It was disappointing to learn that, you know, certain gurus and gossip channels that I used to watch are so, especially now, they're so pro orange candidate. It was a revelation because, you know, these are people who are LGBT, and to see them be so vocally anti, I dare say, the candidate that would be pro LGBT is shocking. But, you know, coons are gonna coon, right? They think somehow they're gonna slide and not have their rights taken away. It's crazy. Like, why would you do that? This pink is very grippy and seems like it's gonna give us a lot of payoff. But yeah, I mean, like, I know there's Natasha Denona. I know there's, like, incredibly beautiful, oh, look at that, palettes that are so expensive and just, they're great. I know they're great. But again, the way my union dues are set up, I can't be doing all that. I can't, you know, put a whole bunch of resources into makeup. I have plenty of makeup, it's not the highest end makeup, but I feel like my technique is definitely growing and improving. And you know, I'm learning not to like go crazy putting a lot of product under my eyes. The way my eyes are set up, it doesn't look that great. Now, also at the dollar store, right? Looking at my Gucci, it's about that time, right? We're gonna have to get on some eyeliner, and that's always where I like to stop. Like, I'm not someone who's crazy about a lot of, oh, should we try our eyeliner, the one that's sitting with the eye drops in it? Should we try it and see what we're getting? Should we see? Maybe, right? For tight lining, let's see if it works, right? We got our adorable dollar store. No, this is Dollar Tree. It's still dry as a bone, and we should not double dip, but we might need to add some more eye drops. I didn't realize it was that very dry, but let's see where we get, right? We're gonna go little by little with this product because it's a dark brown, which we like. And that way eye drops won't upset our eyeballs. But it's not giving us that satisfying gel liner creaminess. Maybe it gave us a little something, I'm not sure, but you know, we're just trying to become like a waterline girly. And we haven't been. Right? People are showing two-handed techniques for opening up the eyes, but that's as much as we could do with that particular liner. Maybe we should put some more eye drops in it before we let it sit some more. Maybe it's that dry. I feel like it hasn't been that long, and we never did use it that much, but again, listening to the internet, figuring out, we put 2 drops in before. 1, 2, let's do 3, right? We found eye drops at the Dollar Tree, and that's what's making us able to conduct this experiment, to bring our creamy gel eyeliner back to creamy gelness, because it's been in Mojave Desert dry for a while. I knew that you reply like Pakistan or Afghanistan. No, that's why I didn't tell you, but I'm going to tell you my country, but please don't judge all persons like that. What country could it be? You know, I work with people who are from Iran and Cuba, and you know, I don't see what problem it could be for me on this platform. Like, you know, not every American is like, oh, you know, what country you live in means X, Y, and Z. It's, you know, we get more trouble from some of the people in our own country, some of the political candidates too. This is a dark brown eyeliner and brow pencil, right? Tight line with a little inner corner flick. And you know, we also have people periodically talking about kajal, that there are these pots of kajal that people use in, I guess, the Middle East and India, and how healthy it is for your eyes, and you stick this little wand in it. Don't think me bad boy, I'm educated. Sometimes in early morning you can't hold yourself. It's early in the morning. It's 5 o'clock here, and it's almost time to go to work. 5 o'clock p.m., in case you're wondering. You know, it looked like people started the project today around noon or 2. So I'm hoping that means they let us out at like 10 or so. So that, you know, it doesn't turn into a fratter day. Although that's possible. So eyeliner is on. You know, some people are saying you should apply your eyeliner before bed so that it can kind of sink into your eyes, and then the next day when you take a bath, your eyeliner will look even better. Maybe. It's early morning right here. What time is it there? I already told you, 5 o'clock p.m. Like, what's up? Harshith to do. But yeah, that's the look. That's the top. Can you believe this top is $108? It costs way more than all of the makeup that I used today combined. But that's what it is Kate Middleton letting us know that she is on her way out of this marriage and of the royal family. Is she going to just live with her parents full time? Is she going to get her own home from a divorce settlement? I don't know, but I'm paying attention, and we come together here on this platform periodically to think about it and discuss and experiment with high-end and low-end makeup to see what it's giving. And I'm very satisfied with what I got out of this, and I will see you stars, including Harshith Tudu from India. Very good. What province in India are you from? But maybe we'll cover that next time, because I gotta hop, I gotta get on the exercise bike, I gotta take off this expensive tank top and get it done. Mwah. I will see you next time, stars. Thank you for joining me. Kate Middleton, is she coming? Is she going? Is she staying in that marriage, or is she GTFO? We'll talk about it next time. Bye.